Hi, my name is Gabriel Benjamin. Today I'm going to show you some exercises that will help with your hip flexors and core muscles and ultimately be used towards getting up into variations of handstand practice. So preferably you've warmed up a little bit already with light stretching, maybe some dynamic movement. If you haven't, go ahead and do that. And then the first strengthening exercise we'll do is placing the hands on the hips and lift the right knee and point the ankle. Now do the other side, lifting the knee. You want to lift the knee higher than the hip if you can. Point the foot, and then you'll either repeat that, or if you can lift the knee high, point the foot strong, and straighten the leg, and that will really get deep into the core muscles. It also takes good hamstring flexibility. So we'll do both sides, extend, and release. Next, we're going to work on the lateral core, so put all the weight onto the right foot, open up, wobble a little bit. This helps with the stabilizer muscles of the standing leg and the lateral muscles of the lifted leg, as well as the gluteus medius. And we'll do that on both sides. We open a little bit if you're newer to it, more if you can. The movement will increase how much muscle tone you build. And when you're done with that, the next exercise is a V position. So, the first time we'll do it is with the hands down, and we'll lift the knees and keep the chest up. Extend the legs or keep the knees bent and work on really lifting the chest. This makes the hip flexors and the abdominals very strong, and therefore you have better balance. Bring the feet down, take a little bit of rest. Renew the lift of the chest. Now do that just on one leg. Now typically the knee will drop when you extend. Try and keep the knees the same height. Point the ankle and extend. Release and switch sides. If you want to do repetitions, you can. Otherwise, just a sample is good. That's extra good for the hip flexors. Draw the hips back now. You could keep holding the ground, but if you're able to, extend the arms out, maybe with the knees bent, or if you can keep the knees and the chest high, keep lifting the chest and the legs, and then release. Scoot forward, lay down on your back. Extend the legs out, and bend in, and do 2 more. And then the legs extend out. Take a little rest. Take a breath. Then point the right foot and lift. Lift the left leg as you lower the right. And continue scissoring, trying to pass through the middle position, which is very good for the core and also will really strengthen and fatigue your hip flexor muscles. So if you have weak hip flexors, this will fix that in a jiffy. But you don't want to overdo it too soon, so add a little bit more each week. Take rest when you need. You can always rest earlier when you're doing these activities. And then, just to make sure we stretch out a little bit and also work on strengthening the posterior core, we're going to extend the arms overhead. And lift the arms and legs. Keep the legs really straight. Come down, a couple more, lift arms and legs, come down, lift arms and legs, and come down. Now bring the feet together, bring the hands together, lift. This is harder, so you won't lift as high, that's fine, just really lengthen. This keeps you from lifting one leg or one arm higher than the other, so your muscle tone and your alignment is perfectly even. And we'll come down when we're done with that. And now I'm going to show you some inversions, starting at the wall. So if you need a little extra rest, go ahead. But otherwise, come to the wall And the first thing we're going to do is the half handstand, or the L position. So a lot of times people get really high up the wall, but what you want to be is in a nice tight L position. So if your legs are very long or your shoulders are tight, you might have to adjust how compact you are. But if you're like me and you have pretty normal length legs or little short legs, you're pretty close to the wall, pretty compact. Shoulders above wrists, hips above knees, and then you extend the legs with the heels up the wall, and then walk one foot up just a tiny bit higher than the hip. Open your chest and lift out of your shoulders, lift your hips, and press the feet and the hands into the contact surface, opening the chest, and then come down. Take a little break. You have to be opening your shoulders and pressing your chest in, otherwise you kind of end up leaning into your wrists, almost like a wall flying plank sort of thing, which is weird. We're going to do that same thing now, but with one leg lifted. So if that was a lot for you and you don't want to do more, stop here and add a little bit each week. Otherwise, we'll do that same sequence, but then add the lifted leg. So you lift one leg just above the hip. The head stays down and press strong into the arms and lift out of the shoulders. Do both legs. This is the 3/4 handstand. Top leg very toned, abdomen in, and come down and rest. So if you're feeling at your limit just doing that, that's good. Keep working on that for a little while. The next phase is to do the kick up. So you face the wall. If your arms are starting to give, you want to come down, rest, wait for another day. But if you can stay stable through the arms, it's a lot like track sprinting, where you step in and spring off the legs. Bring the shoulders above the wrists, spring up, use the wall, and have the feet together. Lift out of the shoulders and draw in the abdomen. Come down, one leg at a time. Taking rest is good. And that's how you do a handstand. Now when you start to become proficient in handstand and you want to do something more, you would work on coming up with both legs. And you can also do this as a strengthening exercise, just doing little jumps. See how these little jumps are okay if you don't want to go all the way up, but they help you to open your shoulders and strengthen the arms and the core. Eventually you get the hips higher. Eventually you get the hips really high. You really have to open the shoulders and the arms. You can even do that as kind of a flow. Just make sure your arms aren't going to give. And then eventually you can do a handstand that way. And when you're ready to balance without the wall, you have to push into the fingertips a little bit more. And squeeze the legs together. Draw into the abdomen. And then you come down. You can come down one leg or both. When you do the kick-ups and the landing down with one leg, just make sure you're switching legs from time to time. One leg getting up might be much more difficult because it's not as strong, but you want to train that leg, otherwise you get lopsided in your strength, and that can throw off your hips and back. You want to have even strength to have a really good, balanced, even handstand. So try those activities. Remember to stop at any point where you feel it's not safe for you. Practice with a qualified instructor, and please comment, like, share, add questions down below if you would like, and I'll be posting more tips and training techniques on handstands and the core in the near future, so look forward to it. Also, I have longer videos of different forms of Hatha Yoga and advanced Vinyasa Yoga that you can click on in the links below. So thank you very much, and have a Namaste.